Welcome to week 5. Week 5 is a very cool week. It's one of my most favorites, also like the most out there in terms of the information and the technology that it's going to teach you. I only really got into this stuff around about 6 or 7 years after diving into NLP and hypnosis and like kind of starting to dive into the deep end of, okay, well, what else is there? And how do we test the limits of what's really possible? And in doing so, I come across some very interesting people that started thinking about thinking and processing information in very unique ways. And some of those ways you're going to learn inside this module below. And this module is going to look like it's an extremely big module because there's a lot of information. And that's because it's profound. And you're probably going to come to some point where you'll be stumped like I was. You're like, I just don't know. I just don't know. And what I'm going to offer you is a suggestion that you put that to the side and you just have the experience and notice what happens for you. And perhaps like me, you will have a really cool experience. Maybe you don't. Who knows? But when you do, your mind's going to shift in such an amazing paradigm that it's going to open it up. Now, some of the processes that are down below were designed by some people who started to question the way we process thinking, the way we think about thinking. And they started to develop some tools and some techniques. And one of them even had a process where people were, after 6 weeks of consistent use, getting increases in their IQ by up to 20 points, which is huge. It's huge. Now, are these people actually getting smarter? Is it literally like transforming their life? Well, yes, it is transforming their life, but technically, no, they're not getting smarter. What the perception is and what people are believing is that the people who are practicing this are starting to connect with their brain in a different way. So they're using 100% of their potential, but that potential is limited by the way their brain is wired. So they start rewiring their brain and reorienting it, and then it connects in this new way, and that opens up another 10 or 20% of this potential. So it starts to expand the connections, and the information now becomes open, which was once closed. That's what the premise is behind this. Now, I'm not saying that you will have this when you use this program. That's not what I'm saying here. What I am suggesting is that when you do this, it does help start to shift your dynamic in a massive way. So whether you have a totally transformational experience, which I hope you do personally, or whether you're like, well, Clay, this is a bit crazy, but all right, let's give it a try. Either way, just have an experience and then decide for yourself to keep the change. Use the nap session daily on this. I'd in fact go with 2 times a day. And the other processes, dive into them as much as possible and just really dive in and start to put your mind into different scenarios. Get out of your comfort zone and start to stretch the boundaries of what your mind believes is possible so you can have more possibilities in your life. I'll speak to you soon. If you've got any questions, fire me an email at go@greyzoneunderground.com or jump into the group and fire a post in the group and we'll get onto it. Have a great day and I'll speak to you soon.